Good morning. Thing. Hello. Yeah, okay. Hi, good morning. Yeah. Technology. Today is Friday, December 31st, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan, and we are here to practice Wudang Qigong. This morning we have the advanced sets 10 through 18. And I'm going to adjust the camera. Hang on just a second. There we go. Okay, so floor space, right? This is the last in this series. It's the last day of the year, last day of 2021. I am going to take a short break, 2 weeks, maybe 3-ish, something like that, beginning of January. Towards the end of January, I am going to start a new series, and it's going to be a little bit different than what I've been doing. What I've been doing has depended on being here, right? It's, you show up for class, and this is what we're doing today. And it may be a little bit different than what we did last week, a different focus, different emphasis, but it's developed as part of coming to class, right? The advantage there is that you build up over time. As you come to class, you build up more knowledge, you gain more experience, and you improve your practice. The disadvantage is that you have to come to class. There's no other way around. And that's fine, except that this is recorded video, and you can come whenever you can come to class whenever you decide you want to come to class. It's open. There's no, you have to be here at 7 a.m. with me. I appreciate if you are, but there's no requirement for that. It's recorded. You can play it back later. That idea and the time limitation. I explained something today. I stop and I explain. And then we go on. You might have thought, well, let's come to practice. I just want to pay attention to the movements today and maybe a little bit of focus on my internal workmanship, but not all of that explanation. Could we not have all that explanation today? Right? I'm that way sometimes, all right? I understand. The explanation needs to be there. Where do I put it? How do I bridge that need for the explanation? Because if you don't understand what it is you're doing, you're not going to be able to do it correctly. You can't. You need to understand what you're doing. It has to be there. Somehow, someplace, it needs to be there. There also needs to be some part of that analysis of saying, this is good, this is not good, this works well, this doesn't, what's going on with this movement, understanding the physics, the physiology, the internal work that goes behind the movement. Knowing what that is doesn't mean you can do it, but you can't do it if you don't know. Right? I don't know what I'm supposed to do over here, so I'm going to make it look pretty. Yeah, I did. When I very first started, I had that idea. I did. I wasn't 100% sure, but it was going to look good. It was, and I did. That idea, it's not really enough, right? I subsequently learned more. begin to understand that what goes behind that intent, being mindful of what we're doing, matters very much to the art and to what we do and what we gain from practice. Right? That idea, what do we gain from practice? Right, laundry list. That's one of the things that I want to talk about in this new series. I'm not going to spend movement practice time talking about the philosophy behind, but some of that philosophy needs to be present. How do we get there? That's my hope. Is some of what I'm doing in this new series is going to help with that. In addition, I'm going to put the coffee down, we'll get started. In addition, I have also plans to do the mostly nonverbal classes where it's all movement that you would either join with me in doing. I set it up to be something that you could join, or it will be something that's a useful tool for practice. By that I mean I have a couple of demo sets that I have done where I'm not expecting anybody to follow me. I'm just going to go do something. And that works really well to show the kind of thing that I'm talking about. It shows in a couple of the Yang style Tai Chi, basic sets. I would probably do, excuse me, I need to do a few more where it's more about here's what the practice, what my practice looks like, and then being able to take that apart and to say, all right, here in this segment, this movement is done correctly, this movement is done okay, this movement is, could be improved, right? Being able to take that apart and to show exactly what it is I'm talking about so that that's set up in a more concise way. Part of that is what I'm going to do during the break is catalog what I've been doing and see where the gaps are. And then, like I said, the next series, the next phase that I'm going to be teaching, the next format that I'm going to use is this one that says there's movement. We're going to talk about the movement. There's the internal work, what we're supposed to be doing, how we move, what we're paying attention to. And then there's more. And that more may be application, it may be philosophy, it may be something more that will use a little bit of the movement but be more discussion. The explanation and the philosophy behind, more explanation and discussion. The physical movement, limited discussion. It's physical movement. We're going to move. Okay? The analysis of that movement, discussion of what we're doing, how we move, what we should pay attention to. It's a mixture, and I hope that by putting these three topics, these three levels of the art together, rather than separating them, so again, this is beginner level over here, and this is advanced level over here. I'm hopeful that by putting them together, it's going to enable a little bit better understanding of the practices, as well as more accessibility to what's really going on as we practice. The media makes a difference. In in-person class, this is something that builds up over time as we develop some skill. That's the way that I've been teaching, that build up over time. I'm going to accelerate that with this new format. And I'm looking at some additional things as well, so it won't be only this one. It won't be only this one time, right? I'm looking at doing some other things at other times during the day. So lots of stuff coming up in the new year. Last day of this year, feet about shoulder width apart. Hands down at your sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingers. Open the arms. Hands circle to the front. Back around to both sides. Up along center line. Reach up. Stretch out. Keep the knees bent. Even as you straighten and reach up, the knees stay slightly bent. Heels down. Last time. Smile. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Alright, shaking the tail feathers. Press down, turn, use the waist. Turn through the waist. Keep the knees bent just a little bit. Now, I'm not doing a lot with my knees, but I'm not stopping them from moving either. The same with my ankles and my feet. The waist turns, everything below turns, everything above turns with. Feet about shoulder width, stand straight. And arms circle. Press down. Turn. And center. Circle. Press down. Turn to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the breath drive the movement. Use as little muscle as possible. So everything is fully extended and fully used, but not overdone. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Breathe in. Hands down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. White 8 presents a fruit. Fingertips down. Go to the other side. Pay attention to where you put your foot so that you make sure to bring it back. As you turn, it's easy to scoop your feet out so they keep moving further apart. You want to not let too much of that happen. So pay attention to where your foot is turning. Pay attention to the connection through the body as you extend. It's not hands. Whole body. Everything goes together. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Breathe in. Palms up. Breathe out. Press down. Shift right. Open left. Extend. And return. Turn right. Relax through the back. Open through the waist. Keep the knees bent. Focus in the lower dantian. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend through the heel, connect through the Yungtran in the ball of the foot. 2 more. Breathe in, last time. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in one more time, palms up. Press down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. And breathe out. Red Phoenix flies into the sun. And my leg did not want to go up. Alright. That is something that we should pay attention to. Again, this idea that, well, everything's just supposed to work. No, it doesn't always. It doesn't. So my hip decided, nope, not going up. Excuse me. What do? Okay, yeah, that's not happening right this minute. I'm going to try again in another minute. Don't force it. Don't force it. It didn't happen? Okay, fine. Try again. Still didn't happen? Yeah, keep trying. Understand what happened. Why did this happen? Well, my hip's not warmed up. It doesn't want to do that. Alright, after it gets warmed up, it'll be better. Right? Understand what happened. Know why it happened. Know whether or not you have an injury that you need to attend to, or whether it's just, yeah, I need to warm up some more. Right? Red Phoenix flies into the sun. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Bend the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms come across. Left rolls to the inside, up on the left. Extend. And to the right. Extend. Relax through the back. Keep the supporting knee bent just a little, not a lot. And raise the leg as you go up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more. And come to center. Palms up. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. This idea of correcting as you move. Yeah. Where was my balance? Why was I not in balance? What happened? And what can I do to fix it? What can I do to fix it? Right? Transfer of weight. Where I hold. Support through the midsection. Pull all this up. Transfer the weight so that as I transfer to sustaining leg, I'm in balance, as opposed to not quite being in balance, right? Center. Whether my leg comes up or not, right? We don't have to worry about it with this one. String the grass to seek the snake. 1, 2, 3, and down. Come on up. Right? Turn. 1, 2, 3. Down. And come back up. Try not to lean forward. It's down, not so much lean. Okay? So, here, not here. Don't do this. Here. Alright? Pay attention to turning through the waist. Keep the body straight. String the grass to seek the snake. Feet about shoulder width apart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn. 1, 2, 3. Open. And back to center. Turn. 1, 2, 3. Open. Come back to center. Turn left. Turn the waist. Stay connected. Don't try to turn the hands so much as allow the arms to extend. Let the turn happen through the waist. Stay well supported over your standing leg so that you can come back to it. 2 more. Last time. Hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. And breathe out. Relax. Alright, as we move, as we pay attention to, and we're going to do the standing thing again, as we pay attention to that weight transfer, pay attention to centering, and pay attention to this idea that everything is supported above the leg, not on the leg, right? So you want from the hip to pull up, from the waist to pull up, from under the ribs you pull up. Everything pulls up to support the body through the back so that the legs move under you, not you moving on top of your legs. Okay? A different concept, but open the space in the hip, pull up through the back. As you transfer the weight, don't sink into the hip. Bend the knee. Keep the hip supported. Just bend the knee. Right? Makes it much easier to pick up the other foot. Both toes turned out just a little bit. So this is straight. This is turned out just a little bit. Right? It's not 45. It's just 15 maybe. Right? just a little. It helps you support the body as you extend the foot forward. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn the left and shift, extend, bring it in, put it down. Palms come together just below the lower lip. Fingertips just below the lower lip. Both palms press down together. Support the back. Relax through the body. Let the breath do the work. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. Last time. Center and breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down along both sides, pull up to the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower, stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Coiling Snake. Twist as you go down. This turn does go all the way down. I'm nowhere close to that today. Pay attention that you keep enough space that as you turn, you can tuck your leg in behind the other one, right? So if I am going, and I am going all the way down, I'm not, but if I was, right? As I said here, I want to tuck my leg in behind, right here, so that I keep turning to end up sitting. Sort of. I have to be able to get back up. I know how to do this. I'm not doing it today. It'll be in another series. Right now here, try not to do this. Lean forward, up and down through the legs, open the hips. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Coiling Snake. And breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. And twist. Come back to center. Up on the right. Twist. Come back to center. Open the hip. Turn the leg. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. White snake sticks out its tongue. 1, 2, 3. Come across. 1, 2, and 3. The other side. As you come to center, this all through the waist, right? This arm's not moving that much. Okay? As we come to center, a little bit extend to the front. Just a little, not a lot. Just 1, 2, 3. Right? Use the waist, use the lower tongue-tin. Don't use the wrist so much to do this as use this to cause this to turn. This goes here, this goes here, right? Use the wrist here, use the wrist here. It shouldn't be affected, right? This should be the natural result. What you're doing with your hand should be the natural result of what you're doing through the lower tongue-tin. It's not something that, other than what direction am I going, where's the correct position, it's not something that we pay attention to doing with the hand. Okay? So this is not a hand thing. Right? It's a waist thing. Goes from here. Feet about shoulder width apart. Relax through the back and breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the knees. Up on the left. 1, 2, 3. Come across. 1, 2, and 3. Use the waist. Everything's connected. How do you turn? Where are the changes? Use the waist. 2 more. Come center and palms up. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. This use the waist idea is pervasive in everything that we do. We have a slightly different use of the waist compared to what we just did in Leopard Climbs a Tree. Right here. As this foot comes out, the waist turns and twists. This hand pulls back, doesn't go back here, is here, right? No further than your own hip. You turn, so it has the apparent motion, the absolute motion, if you will, covering this much territory, but relative to your body, it's this. Okay? Not past your own hip. This hand comes down as you extend. So this twist, press out, and ready to bring it back. Twist and return. Right? Don't go too far out with the leg. Make sure that it's according to your leg length and the length, the strength that you have in your supporting leg. It does go all the way down, but I'm not going anywhere close to that today. All right. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. And breathe in. Leopard climbs a tree. Breathe out. Breathe in. A little bit and up. Sink. Come center. Shift left. A little press down. Bring the right up. Extend. Come back to center. Left side. Shift left. Press down right. Up. Down. Come back to center. Shift right. Press down left. Up. Out. Come back to center. Relax through the upper body. Relax through the leg. Let the breath do more of the work. Stay centered. 2 more. And shift. Last time. Hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. Breathe out. Paying homage to the peaks. Shift back, palms open. Press down. Come up. Step through. On the 45, pull it back. The upper dantian. Down to the knees. Other side. Same idea here. As you pull the foot back, make sure you pull it back enough that you don't end up trying to work from here, right? You want to be closer to your own shoulder width. Pay attention to keeping the body straight. As we come here, notice the straight line between my shoulder and my heel. It's at an angle, but it's straight, right? We want that. Paying homage to the peaks. Relax the back, relax the legs, open the arms, breathe in, palms up, breathe out, press down. Arm circle, salute, shift, press down, on back, double punch, look up, look straight ahead, other side. Shift, press down. Try not to lean too much. I'm leaning a lot there. Try not to do that. That's better. Harder. Better. More of the weight stays on the leg. Pull back and center. Lean back a little bit as you bring the hands up. Lean back just a little bit here, and then come forward, look straight. Make sure you're well supported over your sustaining leg as you come up. put the heel down, be supported, because you're going to pick up the right foot. Other side, 2 more. Shift. Open the back. Keep it open, pull up through the center. Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Salute. Breathe out. Hands down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, I talked about this at the beginning, that the feet get a little bit wider. They did. We could see that pretty clearly at the end in my stance. That idea of how much do I pull my foot, where do I, right, is part of what we pay attention to in our practice. We want to pay attention to this. It's going to happen. It is. Alright, this is the end and the beginning. The yin and yang, right? As I'm finishing this class, I've also got some things that I've already started that are going to be part of what comes next, right? The format that I talked about, where I have the more movement, and here's the movement, here's the explanation for it, here we're going to do it, and now here's some more explanation, some analysis, and some of the philosophy behind, where there is the opportunity for, let's just do the movements. I need a prompt, I need a visual aid, me, to go through these sets, right? Having that is important. It's also important to understand what we're doing. That daily, come here today, learn this much, come back tomorrow, learn this much more, works best in person. It does. Come back tomorrow and we're going to work on this again. That works really well for in person. For recording, I think I want to put a little bit more organization to it, so that's what I'm going to do. And my hope is that will also give me an opportunity to dive a little bit deeper into some of the things that I haven't talked about, we're practicing. It's not time to talk about that. Time to talk about that is later, after practice is over. Now we'll practice it again tomorrow, have more understanding about what it is we're doing, and we'll practice some more. All right? That idea that we need a little bit more is the basis for what I'm going to try and do next. And let me put it another way. It's the basis for what I'm going to do next. What I'm hopeful is that it's going to be more useful and easier to access the classes, easier to access the information, easier to understand what the fundamentals for practice are and what we should be paying attention to. In a lot of our exercises, I talk about the physical exercise as well as working through the internal body, using the breath. I call that out several times, that use the breath to actually do the movement. I've decided I'm going to do this movement as I breathe, my arm opens. It's very natural, it's very easy. It requires very little physical effort. It really doesn't. It's very little physical effort. That level of practice is part of what we want. Not that we ignore the physical aspects of practice. We don't. We absolutely don't. But getting to the point that it's easy to do this or that particular movement, that it feels just like breathing. That's where we want, that's what we want the practice to be. And that includes going all the way up and down, by the way, just like breathing. I have a ways to go on that. There will be some work. I'm going to be doing some work on that. There will be some additional recordings of Wudang's 3 basic methods. I'll work through some of that again. And I'll be working on some of that myself. There are a few sets that do require a little bit more that I need to pay attention to. So we'll be working on some of that and some of the fundamentals for martial arts in general. I've talked about a horse stance, empty stance, 2-point stance, the different difference, right? Knowing that these have names and that we should recognize them. The same with some of the basic kicks and some of the basic punches. These are things that all of the arts have, and we need to recognize that, yeah, they're fundamental to what it is we're doing. If I throw a punch, does it look like I'm going to hurt my hand when I hit something? Then don't do that, right? These kinds of things I'm going to cover again in a separate video. So as I do this, the idea is that I'm going to put more organization around each segment so that as you come follow along with, it will be more organized. And if it's someone that comes later and is looking at session 15, they're going to know that there was 14 ahead of that, that there might be some things to pay attention to in those 14 that came ahead, right? It does make a difference. I so much appreciate everybody who has been following me in this class, and being here every day has been a joy. It really has. I'm looking forward to taking a break, but I'm also looking forward to coming back. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. I will see you in January.